453, 454. Miami Dolphins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 10-point line in this one. Usually you say that's too many points. It's not a long travel distance. Miami should be able to hang around. They have some talent on their football team. It's as simple as this to me. You scroll through the Miami Dolphins and you try to see what they have going on. And it says Tua Tagovailoa should be back, but not until October 17th. And Jacoby Brissett is a bad quarterback. There was a time where he was eligible to be a decent quarterback in the NFL, a backup quarterback that could serve his time and get your team through a few weeks. Those times are long gone. He is a dinosaur in the backfield back there. So when you're taking a look at what you need to do to go up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, air it out, score some points, put some pressure on Tampa Bay. They can't do that with Miami, and they can't do that with Jacoby Brissett. You need to be able to attack, Kyle, the secondary of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can't just say, hey, we're going to wind up and throw deep. You need the quarterback. You need the weapons to execute that. Because if you think your game plan is, hey, Jacoby Brissett, throw 35 times, but everything is a check down for like 8 yards and you can't run out of the pocket, that's not going to be the where-all, be-all for this game. So do I want to lay 10 points here? No, I do not. Does it seem like a lot of points? Yes, it is. When you watch Tampa Bay play, are they squeaking games out against teams they probably should beat handily? Yes, they are. But at the same time, I cannot trust Jacoby Brissett because my maximum ceiling on points is 17 to 20 when I know Tampa Bay can easily get into the high 20s or 30s.
Yeah, and the real problem with Miami is their defense cannot stop the run. And that is not good news when you're going up against Tom Brady and those wide receivers, because if Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones are able to chew up yardage and you have to bring extra men into the box to stop the run, you are in a ton of trouble with those three wide receivers. And let's also keep in mind, Byron Jones, the outstanding corner for the Dolphins, has not practiced all week. He looks really iffy for this game. So now you're just relying on one dominant corner in Xavier Howard. So you're right. When you look at games and there's these 10-point spreads, there's basically two approaches. Take the first half and get it under a touchdown, which I don't mind with Tampa Bay this week. Or you've got to find a way to take the team laying the double-digit points. And when you watch Miami, there is nothing there to support. Jacoby Brissett cannot get the ball to these wide receivers. Their running backs, I know people like Myles Gaskin. Well, guess what? You're not running the ball in any way, shape, or form against this Tampa Bay defense. It's simply not going to happen. So now Jacoby Brissett has to go out there and beat you. And I agree, the weakness of Tampa Bay's defense is their secondary. It's dreadful. I mean, that secondary is really bad. But Jacoby Brissett's arm does not strike fear into you. He's a guy who's going to try to create some plays with his legs. We know that Todd Bowles is going to dial up the blitz. For me, it's Bucks or bust. I stayed away from this game because I don't want to touch the 10.5s. I just don't want to be holding the bag there. But if I had the proverbial gun to my head and I'm picking a side, I'm taking Tampa Bay because I just have zero confidence in anything the Dolphins have going on the offensive side, and really disappointed with how they're stopping the run. They can't stop the run. They might get beat by 40.
Yeah, I think, and also Nathan Powell says, as already been said, Caesar says Wilson 1.5 touchdowns thrown at 100. I didn't look at Caesars here, but I assume that's probably the odds boost, and I'm going to switch on that right now here because I will be certainly involved in that. It's not coming up right now for me here. Let me just go to Sportsbook. What do we got here? Yep, there we go. Perfect. Good call out there. So
yeah,
plus
nice
100, Russell Wilson. So, but again, it's a maximum $25 bet. So if you want to get a little bit more down, you'll have to pay the juice to go over. But that is a great bet, and I will certainly be involved in that as well. You people should be too. Good call, Nathan Powell. I did not check on that to see if what it was listed at, but that is an auto bet for me once again. All right, now we take a look here at the Dolphins and the Buccaneers, sort of wrap it up on this one. Team totals, look, bet 365. I'm just reading these ones off. Dolphins 17.5 minus 115, which is outrageously low when you figure the Buccaneers are at 30.5, which means that they will be down in the fourth quarter. But I can't trust Jacoby Brissett. This is one of those games where if it was eligible for Tua to play here, I would love them if it was a 17.5, a little bit more of a dynamic quarterback. I just can't trust Jacoby Brissett, which is wild, Kyle. An NFL team that should be competent just to get to 18 points, which is roughly 20 points in a game. That should be doable, particularly against Tampa Bay, who is susceptible in the air, but I don't know if it takes place. I don't know if I can trust him on it.